Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt something was off? No one said a word. Nothing obvious was wrong. And yet the air felt heavy. Or maybe you held an old object, a watch, a book, a piece of jewelry, and sensed something strange. A warmth, a pull, a story lingering in silence. Across cultures and centuries, people have believed that objects can carry energy, that they can be charged, influenced, even possessed. But is that poetic language, psychological projection, or is there something real happening beneath the surface? Stay with me till the end because the answer may challenge both skepticism and superstition. What do we mean by energy? Before we go further, we need precision. When someone says, I put my energy into this, they rarely mean measurable electricity. They mean attention, emotion, intention, care. In yogic tradition, energy refers to prana, life force, the subtle vitality animating the body and mind. In modern science, energy is the capacity to do work. It transforms, transfers, and reorganizes matter. Two languages, two frameworks, but both agree on one thing: energy moves, and movement leaves effects. So the real question becomes, can your focused presence create a lasting effect in an object? Let's start with something grounded. Objects absorb meaning. A childhood toy can trigger tears decades later. A wedding ring can feel powerful even if it's just metal. An old letter can alter your mood instantly. Why? Because your nervous system encoded experiences around that object. The object becomes a trigger, a key that unlocks stored memory and emotion. In this sense, yes, you charged it, but the charge lives in your brain. The object is a symbol, and symbols are incredibly powerful. Now expand this idea to environments. Homes where conflict happens repeatedly often feel tense. Rooms filled with laughter feel lighter. Part of this is subtle sensory data: posture, arrangement, lighting, smell. Your nervous system detects patterns instantly. But something deeper is also happening. Repeated emotional behavior shapes physical space. A stressed person moves differently. They place objects differently. They maintain or neglect differently. Over time, the space becomes an extension of their internal state, not magically, but behaviorally. Energy becomes environment. Yogic traditions suggest something more nuanced. They propose that intense intention and sustained awareness can imprint subtle fields, not dramatic supernatural possession, but organization. Imagine striking a tuning fork. It vibrates. Now bring it near another tuning fork, tuned to the same frequency. The second begins to vibrate too. Resonance. Human beings emit electromagnetic signals from heart rhythms to brain waves. These fields are measurable. They interact with the environment constantly. Could focused, coherent emotional states create subtle organizational effects in nearby matter? Science hasn't proven this in mystical terms, but interaction between fields is fundamental physics. Everything influences everything else at same level. In ancient cultures, objects weren't casually made. They were consecrated, not because priests believed spirits jumped into them, like tenants into apartments, but because ritual creates coherence. When multiple people focus intensely on a single object with unified intention, behavior shifts, care increases, attention sharpens, craft improves. The object becomes different, physically and symbolically. Its structure reflects intention, and when others interact with it, they feel that depth of care. It feels charged because it is saturated with meaning and precision. There is a quiet insight often shared in contemplative circles. You do not place energy into an object. You reveal the energy you carry through it. If your mind is chaotic, what you create carries fragmentation. If your mind is steady, what you create carries coherence. The object becomes a mirror, not possessed, but impressed, not haunted, but shaped. Consider the placebo effect. If you believe a pill contains healing power, your body can respond positively, even if it's inert. Belief alters biology. Now imagine holding an object you believe is sacred. Your posture changes. Your breath slows. Your focus deepens. Your state shifts. The object appears powerful, but the power activated within you. Belief organizes physiology. Physiology shapes experience. The object becomes a catalyst. On a literal level, yes, objects hold traces. Fingerprints, DNA, oils from skin, microscopic wear patterns. Every touch changes matter slightly. Over time, those changes accumulate. An old wooden table carries grooves carved by repeated motion. A musical instrument evolves with use. These are not mystical energies, but they are histories embedded in form. Your life leaves marks, subtle but real. Here's where we must be careful. If you believe objects can control your destiny or steal your vitality, fear grows. You may externalize responsibility. Yogic wisdom emphasizes the opposite. Your internal state is primary. No object can override a stable, aware mind. Objects may influence mood, but they do not dominate consciousness. The real power is always your perception. Maybe the deeper question isn't whether you can possess an object. Maybe it's this: what are you imprinting into the world through your presence? Your home reflects your habits. Your work reflects your mindset. Objects may influence mood, but they do not dominate consciousness. The real power is always your perception. Maybe the deeper question isn't whether you can possess an object. Maybe it's this: what are you imprinting into the world through your presence? Your home reflects your habits. Your work reflects your mindset. Your creations reflect your clarity or confusion. Every repeated action organizes matter around you, not spiritually possessed, but physically shaped, energetically patterned. The world around you becomes a biography written in objects. So, can you possess an object with your energy? Not in the dramatic sense of spirits inhabiting dolls, but absolutely in the quiet, profound sense that attention, emotion, and action shape matter. Everything you touch changes slightly, and everything you repeatedly engage with begins to mirror your inner order. This real mystery isn't whether objects carry energy, it's whether you are aware of the energy you carry into them. If this made you see your surroundings differently, share it with someone who loves exploring unseen dimensions of everyday life. Like this video if you ever felt a strange atmosphere in a place, and subscribe for more deep dives into consciousness, reality, and the subtle forces shaping your world. Because maybe nothing is possessed, maybe everything is influenced.